everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we should have a fun one on our hands. It's the Ravens coming in at 5-5, going up against the Browns, who come in at 7-3. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
Larry, we are coming to you from the heart of Baltimore, nestled between Russell Street and I-395. We're at M&T Bank Stadium. Tonight, we write a finish to Week 12 with a good Monday night matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League. Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. On the ground, this is Isaiah Crowell. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
2nd down following the run. On play action, they'll throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play. On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Gets it to Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 22 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Browns a 1st down. 1st down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now back to throw, and he's got his man on the out route, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
He was looking for Devin Smith that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it. What people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their mobile quarterback, 25 yards to the house. And the Browns have taken the early lead. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that come.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of him, being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback.
Offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. They begin with a run by Crowell. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So we played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. The Browns have the early lead. We're back to Baltimore after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's hauled in by Devin Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
A 1st down carry now for Crowell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? But where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's 2 guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Travis Coons on now for the Browns field goal. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And Coons connects on this one. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Smith catches left side. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Illegal block in the ball. Offense. Still first down.
After the penalty, it's Crowell. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
3rd down now following the run.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play. Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, it's a 30. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up alive, taking it right down Broadway. The 40. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Brief break in the action here. We're back to Baltimore after this. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got his man on the comebacker. It's a gain of 17 that time. And the Browns are going to have a first down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw now on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
First down and goal to go from the 7. They'll run with Crowell. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy. And they might think about going for it here, but it's still just the 2nd quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
And Coons connects on this one. It's good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the 2nd quarter.
And while they're
this offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter. Second half begins with a run by Crowell. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the 2nd half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On play action, they'll throw. Looking deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Devin Smith with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well,
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Crowell, and he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front, you take care of the offensive line.
Down the numbers. There he goes. 20, 10, 5, And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their dangerous wide receiver, 81 yards. And the Browns add on to their lead. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. This is Crowell. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Gun. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Two yards to go here on third down. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They keep it with Crowell on first. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. Here's a give to Crowell, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. Looking to throw. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And that's caught by Smith. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Now a handoff to Crowell. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. Over the middle to Smith. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And he is picking up right where he left off a week ago. I wrote down, so funny here on my notes, what he said last week. And after we talked to him about the good game, he said, I will do it again. And I wrote those words down, and he's done it again.
And it's not bragging if you're doing it, right? Because that's exactly what he's told you, and he is getting it done. Smooth in the secondary, making catches, making plays. That's the guy that we know. Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold them to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down and get it done. Everyone's looking for the big runs, the explosive runs, the 20 to 30-yard plays. But anytime you're picking up good yardage and setting yourself up on down and distance, offenses love that too.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And Coons connects on this one. It's good. And that... And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Smith catches left side. Give them 11 on the gain there, and it'll give the Browns a 1st down. And now this is back-to-back weeks that he has treated us with a really solid performance.
We know he's great. We expect it. But this is pretty special what we're watching here. We're watching a guy with total command of every situation, throwing the ball well, guiding his team, moving them. This is a whole lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it was fun last week. Sometimes it feels like we're at all these games.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd down.
Could be a blitzer.
Eluding the pressure right. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Holding offense.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. That's complete right around the 8. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their big tight end. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes.
And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Now it's Crowell. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
12 yards there as they move the chains. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
It's really no surprise to see them running the ball here. They've got the lead, not much time left. They just want to keep the clock moving, and they can win it right now.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And they still need 8 yards for the 1st here on 2nd down.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So now it's 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. And he can't quite pick it. No interceptions so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with... They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Finding time. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Cleveland, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Baltimore, good night, everybody.